Okay, back again. So as you can see, the oven's now been lifted up. That now provides us with a reasonable space underneath it now to put another cupboard in. The central cupboard is now got its plumbing in. Looks very messy at the moment, but you can see that there is the 240 volt mains that's coming in. There's going to be a plug in the middle of that for the fridge, which is the 240 volt feed. You've got the two water pipes there which are going to go up the right hand side of this cupboard to the sink. But now the fridge is now in. Basically what I've done with that is I've put a plank of wood and cut two holes in it for the feet. That secures the feet and it stops the fridge from moving around. As you can see, it's nice and easy to open and it closes very well. But the only thing I didn't want to do was, I've been over a couple of speed humps and I didn't want the fridge to jump out, so what I've done also is I've put a bar in here with a couple of angle brackets. And if anyone's thinking, oh yeah, but what happens when you come to service it, the answer to that riddle is you put a screwdriver in sideways. Going down the back here, you can see I've got the gas hose connected up, plus the 12 volts. I've got to do a bit of research on this. This is the gas outlet for the fridge itself. I believe that's got to go through the wall here to a gas outlet. The previous one did, however I can find nothing that suggests that this particular one has to, other than it needs a vent space, which is what we have at the front here. Quite a large vent there. So yeah, I'll do a bit of research on that, find out, and if needs be, I'll take the fridge out and drill a hole through the wall. Yes, another hole. So you see this hanging out the top here. I've replaced, I've got brand new gas hosing in here. This is the really thick stuff, it's reinforced. But the idea of this little gap here, and it's kind of useful, is so that you have 4 gas taps down here that work independently. One's for the boiler, one's for the oven, the fridge and the hob. So you can turn them off independently there. There's going to be another gas tap, a mains gas tap, the other side of this wall by the bottle, and then obviously you've got the regulator tap itself. So I think I've got enough taps there. I'm going to have a nice little door on the front of this, and the good part is that underneath the gas taps here I can actually fit some shelves in. Okay, so as you can see, I've now got a work surface. It only goes down to here so far because there's going to be another shorter piece in that's going to come in line with this wall. So there's people out there that can be saying, oh my god, that weighs a ton. Yes, this is 30mm work surface. The difference being, one, we've cut a blooming great hole out of it for the hob. I've got another one under here for the sink. But the main area, which is above the fridge, what I've done is I've actually hollowed this out. So I've used a router, just literally this whole section here. You can see right at the back there. I've actually made it thinner. So this now means that you can pick this whole unit up with one hand, where before it used to be 2. So yeah, it keeps the weight down. For those of you who've never fitted something like this before, the easy answer is you turn it upside down, mark it up on the underside of the work surface, and then measure 10mm in, because you need the seal. It needs something to sit on, otherwise the thing will just fall straight through. And just do it. I've got all my gas blocks in there, as you can see. The thing that's missing at the moment is this, which is the aluminium. So I've now got my aluminium. I've cut it, so I'm going to put a piece across the bottom there, 2 pieces up the side, just to kind of stop the oven melting the plastic on the side there. Just keeps it nice and tidy. And then I can put the oven back in, connect it all up, and then give it a test. We now have a nice little kitchenette unit there. Still got one more door to build there, but this was a store special. It came in at 10 quid because it has a minute little scratch somewhere down there. Still got the plastic on it, but as you can see, the taps are all in. So is the waste, that's all now plumbed in. All the gas is tested and sorted, that's all in. So is the oven, that's all tested and that's good. Now moving on to the end of the end cupboard here. This is going to be thinner than the full width because of the narrow bit behind the driver's door. So what I've done is I've created a frame. As you can see here, I already continued the batten all the way along, and the floor batten here. So this actually, I'll just turn that around so you can see it. See, it's got the cutouts, well, not cutouts, but it's got the edges there and the plinth cutouts there, and that's all ready to slide in. All that does is it sits underneath the top one and on top of the bottom one there. Now this will be glued in on those joints, but it'll also have the battens running across here. I've got some cross battens that will fit in on these lower levels. It'll also give us the basis for a shelf and probably an under cupboard underneath that, so you make the most of all the room you can. On the top, for the outer edge here, I've got just a standard batten that will sit on there. I'll just glue that in place, and I've got to make up another edge piece to run along here. Once I've done that, I can then get the last piece of the work surface to come across from here all the way across to this point here, so you'd have a nice finish, and that's a lovely straight edge on there. Right, so as you can see, I've now completed the framework. As you can see, I had a piece where I'd had this work surface that went all the way along here. I cut this end piece off, and obviously this is this end piece now cut in half. As you can see, that's got a nice roll top, so all that's left to do now is to stick the laminate that comes with it to cover this edge, and that'll look quite good. This is a 500mm door, which I've trimmed down on the plane to be the right size for it. Welcome back. So I just wanted to finish off this video by showing you the kitchen that we built. As you can see, the unit here at the end has now been complete. It's got the laminate over the side there to finish it off. Door handle and lock is in place, so that's all now done. I will quickly show you the inside just to prove that it's been done. You can see the shelf has been put in there. There is a unit down the bottom there, which I'll come on to in another video, because that's a diesel heater. So going down, we now have the fridge all nicely in place, and just to finish it off, what I've done is I've put a mesh there, which makes it just look a bit better. It still gives it the ventilation it needs, but it just finishes it off quite nicely. Moving down, you can see the other doors. This one was in a previous video, but the bit you won't have seen is the bottom one here, which is now used for all the pots and pans. The oven's all in place, all of the heat shielding's done, and we've got the small cupboard at the end here with the gas taps. So what we've also added now is a kickboard. As you can see, the units have all come together. The wife has done a very good job of painting the sides of this in grey, so it all kind of matches in, and I think that's pretty good. So just before I go, just like to show you this down the end. There's the aluminium, brushed aluminium plates that we put in place. I mentioned these, obviously it's heat protection. No, this doesn't all just live up here. So when we're actually travelling, we take all of this down, stow it away in boxes so it doesn't make a noise as we're going along like this, because that will drive you crazy. That's the end of this video. Please like and subscribe this. We have a few more videos to go, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.